Good day everyone, I am Rachel Jean Culpa and today I'll discuss the chapter 7 which is Ferment in the Middle East, the Rise of Islam. Here's the learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, students are expected to identify the 5 pillars of Islam, learn about the life of Prophet Muhammad, and understand the draw their veils over their bosoms. Today, I want to take you on a journey back in time of the Middle East during the rise of Islam. The Middle East has been a significant ferment for centuries with numerous political, social, and religious movements emerging and transforming the region. One of the most transformative events in the Middle Eastern history was the rise of Islam, which began in the 7th century CE and became a dominant religion in the region. So the rise of Islam is traditionally traced back to the life of Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad is regarded as a founder of Islam, was born in the Arabian Peninsula in the year 570 CE. He had a vision from Allah and started preaching the message of Islam, which is about worshipping one God and living a good life. Muhammad is concerned at the corrupt and decadent society of his day. It is said that Allah spoke to Muhammad in his dream and he claimed to receive a message from an angel named Gabriel that he was a messenger and a prophet of Allah. Accompanied by the angel Gabriel, embarked on a mystical night journey to heaven, where Allah introduced Muhammad from hell to paradise so that on his return to earth he could instruct the faithful on their prospects. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, it is considered by Muslims to be direct and unaltered word of God as revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. The Quran is the central of the Islamic belief and practice, and it provides guidance for Muslims on how to live their lives in worshipping one God, which is Allah. The rise of Islam. The Arabs are Semitic-speaking people of Southern Asia with a long history. They were mentioned in Greek sources of the 5th century BCE and even earlier in the Old Testament. The Greek historian Herodotus had applied the name Arab to the entire peninsula, calling it Arabia. In 106 BCE, the Romans extended their authority in the Arabian Peninsula, transforming it into a province in their growing empire. So during the Roman times, the region was inhabited primarily by the Bedouin Arabs. Bedouin Arabs are nomadic people who came originally from the northern part of the peninsula. Bedouin society was organized in the tribal bases. In early times, Bedouin Arabs are supported themselves by sheep herding, but after the domestication of camel, they began to participate in the trade caravan and they became major carriers of goods. Sheikh, the ruling member of a tribe. Sheikh are responsible for making an important decision, resolving disputes, and representing the community in dealing with other groups or individuals. Please, one of the leading families by a council of elders who selected the Sheikh. Majlis serves as the formal governing body that they have a power to enact laws and regulations. Kaaba in Mecca, the shrine containing a black meteorite in the Arabian city of Mecca, is the most sacred site of the Islamic faith. When Muslims visit the Kaaba, it is called Hajj. Kaaba serves as a symbol of unity for Muslims community, and it is considered as the holiest site of the regions, and all Muslims are encouraged to visit Kaaba at least once in their lifetime. The role of Muhammad. After returning home, Muhammad set out to comply with Gabriel's command by preaching to the residents of Mecca about his revelations. At first, maraming naniniwala na baliw si Muhammad and others are concerned about his vigorous attacks on traditional beliefs and corrupt society might severely shake in the traditional and social and political order. The teachings of Muhammad. Islam is monotheistic. Allah is all the powerful being who created the universe and everything in it. The 5 pillars of Islam, the Shahada, Salah, Zakat, Swam, and Hajj. Shahada, the declaration of faith, which is the testimony that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet and messenger. So this declaration serves as the foundation of Islamic faith. Salah, the obligatory prayer, which is 5 daily prayers that every Muslims are required to perform. Zakat, the almsgiving, which is the obligatory charity that every Muslims are required to give. So, the fasting, which is the obligatory fastings during the month of Ramadan. Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, that every Muslims are encouraged to visit Mecca at least once in their lifetime. Draw their veils over their bosoms. In the early days of Islam, covering one's body, including the hair, was considered a virtue and a symbol of modesty and piety. The Quranic injunction to draw their veils over their bosoms was understood as a commandment to Muslim women to cover their heads and chests in public. It is a religious obligation for every Muslim woman that it is seen that it is the only way to protect themselves from unwanted attention and harassment. After Muhammad's death, Abu Bakr became the first caliph, the title that Muslims use for the highest leader of Islam, and in general terms to be religious leader or imam. Abu Bakr directed a series of battles against Arab tribes who did not follow Muhammad's teachings. Abu Bakr was a faithful and loyal follower of Muhammad, and he worked tirelessly to spread his teaching and established Islam as the major religion in the world. Spread of Muslims' faith. Islam is not an exclusive religion intended solely for members of a particular social or ethnic group that is universalist and formed with all humans eligible to join the ranks of the believers. So, as you can see here, this map traces the expansion of the Islamic faith from its origin in the Arabian Peninsula. So, Muhammad followers carried the religion as far as west as Spain, southeast France, and eastward to India and Southeast Asia. What was the secret of Arab success? The use of the Arabian camel as an instrument of war, where its adaptability to desert conditions made it superior to the horse. Camels are considered to be a blessing from Allah, and they have played a vital role in the lives of Muslims. We know that camels are able to survive in these conditions due to their ability to store water and tolerate extreme heat. They can go as far as a long period without drinking water, and they can drink up to 40 gallons of water in one go. The rise of the Umayyads. Umayyad was one of the early Islamic empires that emerged after the death of the Prophet Muhammad. A powerful Arab dynasty was ruled the Islamic world from 661 to 750 CE. It was a period of great political and cultural significance in Islamic history. During their rule, the Umayyads established a powerful centralized government and expanded the Islamic empire to the greatest extent. So, after the years of fighting of Muslims armies, many Berbers, a native people of North Africa, converted to Islam and joined forces with the Arabs. Abbasid. They brought political, economic, and cultural change to the world of Islam, while seeking to implant their own version of the religious orthodoxy to be known as the Sunni or the Law. They opened schools to be known as the madrasas to popularize their teachings. They are the defenders of the Muslim faith, with its prowess a trading state. The Abbasid was the most powerful and extensive state in the region. This was also a period of growing economic prosperity. The Great Mosque of Samarra, one of the largest mosques in the world at the time of its construction, located north of Baghdad in present-day of Iraq. The Great Mosque of Samarra, the largest cities of its time. The imposing tower shown here is 156 feet in height. It is circular rump may have inspired artists in medieval Europe as they imagined the ancient cultures of Mesopotamia. Seljuk Turks began to serve as military mercenaries for Abbasids Caliphate, were they known for their ability as mounted archers, moving gradually into Persia and Armenia as the Abbasid weakened. The Seljuk Turks grew in a number until by the 11th century they were able to occupy the eastern province of the Abbasid Empire. The Abbasid Caliph remained the chief representative of Sunni religious authority. The real military and political power of the state was in the hands of the Seljuk Turks. Crusades, a series of military campaigns with the aim of recapturing the Holy Land, Jerusalem and other areas. From Muslim rule, they may have served to unite the forces of Islam against the foreign invaders, this creating a residue of distrust toward Christians that continues to resonate through the Islamic world today. Crusades were viewed as the direct threat to Islam, its holy sites, and Muslims responded to them in a number of ways. Some Muslim leaders sought to defend their territories and repel the invading Christian armies, while others tried to negotiate truces and alliances with other crusades. The Mongols. Unlike the Seljuk Turks, the Mongols were not Muslims, and they found it difficult to adapt the settled conditions that they found in the major cities of the Middle East. The Mongol rulers in the Middle East began to assimilate with the culture of the peoples they had conquered. Mongol elites converted to Islam, Persian influence became too predominant at court, and the cities began to be rebuilt. And that would be all. Thank you for listening.